Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back to Ever So Amazing for the very first time on my channel, Celtic Kings Rage of War. Now, Celtic Kings is one of my favorite real-time strategy games of all time, after Cossacks, when it comes specifically to the period it is involved in. Like with Cossacks 1, 2, 3, and of course the American conquest, that specific era is my favorite of all time, from the Columbus to the early 19th century or some crap like that there. Basically from the Columbus to the end of Napoleonic age era, whatever. But when it comes to the Roman stuff and all that, I really never found a game that really suited me in most when it comes to that age, especially in RTS games. And here comes Celtic Kings 2002, this is 2001. Imagine that, my favorite year was 2001, it always will be. Here comes in 2002 Celtic King Rage of War. And I was amazed by it. The music, the artwork in front of you is something I only saw in books about history and all that when I was a younger boy, and we had those colorful books, and the same artwork you actually see here was in those books also. I was amazed by it. I mean, the artwork you can see, very stylized, is as comic as it can get, and it's beautiful as it can get. And that's the thing about Lava Celtic Kings, it's so European, if you will. Anywho, we're gonna be doing a tutorial first and foremost for Celtic Kings to kinda learn about the game. Now, a tutorial is actually gonna be two-parter, as in the tutorial you can do a lot of stuff. And I can talk about the game slowly but surely, and of course we meet our hero Larax, who this adventure is devoted to. So let's go on to the tutorial and start this beautiful thing. And of course you can see that graphically the game is amazing. If you love 2D games, this is the game you're gonna go for immediately. Say, wow, that's a beautiful looking game. This is 1280 by 1024 if I'm not mistaken again, the resolution wise. So basically, if it is even lower resolution, as I tend to always say, you can see even the more detail on these units, and when they are moving, the animation and everything, it's perfection. The music itself, as you can hear in the background, is amazing. I mean, this is as classic. If you ever played Celtic Kings, it's as classic as you can get. Now, this is a GOG version of the game. With GOG version, I will always say go for GOG when it comes to older games. Always GOG when it comes to older games. Much better support than the on Steam. So, of course, you also get a few screenshots, wallpapers, artworks, and all that. Always a good thing. So, here we have Kelthal. Wise Hasse, I know you are the best teacher in the land. I beg you to accept this boy Larax and teach him the way of our people. Now, there are no voiced lines for the entirety of the game at all, which is a good thing, and I prefer that way, because this is the way you can actually do games in much more detailed tone, if you will, compared to the games that you have the voice actors talking about stuff, so they have to pay the voice actors to just do a few enough lines for you to understand stuff. I love wall of text, for instance, like Heroes of Might and Magic 4 to this day has the best wall of text ever. Chieftain Heltel, wait, what can I possibly learn from a dying old man that is not even a warrior? This is Larax, this is our main hero through the entirety of the story. Hasse, I can teach only if one is trying to learn. It was good to see you, Keltel. It reminds me about times long since past. Keltel, wait, Hasse, please forgive the impatience of the youth. Larax, from now on you will listen and obey the wise man. Larax, I will do as you command, Chieftain Kelthal. Hasse, very well then, I will teach you my wisdom, boy. Farewell, Kelthal. This is the exact track. Well, that was like a main menu track. This is the track you begin the fucking game with. This is the music track you begin the game with. Now, mind you, this is Celtic Kings 1. There are 3 Celtic games, now called IMPERIVM games. IMPERIVM 2, the Punic Wars, and IMPERIVM 3, Great Battles of Rome. The IMPERIVM 3 will soon be coming out on Steam in HD form. Well, soon, whenever it comes out, it will be coming out in HD form for Steam, and hopefully GOG. I'm buying that immediately. And of course, that's a way upgraded game. While same engine, upgraded game. Yeah, and I will talk about that as we go through the game and all that, or even in the tutorial itself, because we'll be showing stuff that are not present here, but will be present in Celtic Kings 3 or IMPERIVM 3, that is. Let us begin, says Hasse. Giving orders. Click to continue. Hasse. To order someone, you have to select him first by clicking on him with the left mouse button. You can issue most commands by right-clicking on the appropriate object or on the ground. I think everybody knows by this day and age how to move, but back in the day, it wasn't always left click, right click, left click. So there is that. Now, of course, you can always ask him, oh, but what then? What is a selection? Tell me how to move, but we understand this part, so we're gonna move on. Try it now, and remember, you can always click me to ask for my help, says Hasse. Okay, so here comes Larax. And of course, we can see a lot of stuff here, which we'll be talking soon about. Very soon. Specifically levels, attack, defense, food, and health points and all the good stuff, the experience. Hasse, very well, now you know how to move around. The second lesson is about scrolling around. You can view the nearby area by moving the mouse pointer near the boundaries of the screen. This does not work during a conversation. It is called scrolling the view. Imagine that, people, scrolling the view. The map is a bird's eye view of the region. You can open and close it by pressing spacebar, and this is the beautiful thing about this game. I'm always talking about the uniqueness of certain games, like Cossacks. This is also why this game is unique to me compared to other RTS games. This is why I always advise when it comes to certain games that you must have these types of games on your library, or play them by yourself, because they're so unique. They're beyond all the classical back in the day CNC, StarCraft-ish clones and all that. The white rectangle shows the area displayed in the view. Click on the map will move the game view there and close the map. When your figure is selected, the people you can talk to have a yellow exclamation icon above their heads. To start a conversation, just right-click on such a person. And of course, find the nearby tent of our weapon master, says Kasa, and speak to him about your equipment. He is the only one carrying large axe, so you cannot miss him. And of course, scrolling, what is the map, how to start a conversation, and great, let me get the beautiful sword. And he was talking about the space bar, and this is the space bar. On this space bar, you can actually see the topographic view of the entire map. And the beauty of this is the maps are so beautiful when you look at from this view alone, not just up close, but when you look at from the big the distance that is. This is, to me, very unique, as from this you can actually command troops, move, select resources, what you need, villages and all that, which will come to down the line. It's not classical collection of the wood, stone, iron, coal and all that stuff, and you basically only have wood and food, only food and gold, my bad, to collect. That's the most important thing, as there is an actual upkeep, as you can see here, and it's going slowly down. And we'll talk about that as the game passes. Thankfully, we should not lose our health points, I think at least, because this is a tutorial level, and at the moment we do not need food to survive that much. And here we see Weapons Master, a Liberatus, that is. I think it's called Liberatus, if I'm not mistaken, for the Gauls, unique unit for the Gauls specifically, like an epic unit and all that. You get him from the arena, if I'm not mistaken. Weapons Master. Good day to you, boy. Larax. Good day. What is this black mist that flows around while I'm moving? It is called Fog of War. You can clearly see in all bright areas. Everything in the dark might hide enemy warriors. The black areas are completely unknown. What brings you around? My name is Larax. Hassa sent me to you for weapons. Take this sword and shield then, warrior Larax, and get back to Hassa quickly. And now Larax becomes the basic warrior for the Gauls. There are only two factions, two nations, the Gauls and the Romans. In Punic Wars, that is Celtic Kings 2 Punic Wars, you get 4 factions in total. You get Carthaginians, and you get Iberians, the Spanish faction, that is, with of course the Romans and the Gauls. In Imperium 3, you get additional factions, the Germanic faction, you get the Egyptian faction, and you get, if I'm not mistaken, the Britannia faction. So, I mean, nation, whatever. So again, a lot of more expanded stuff, and again, a lot more different stuff in Imperium 3 that I hope I will be covering as if we ever get to the HD collection at some point, because it's in beta form on Steam, but you cannot have it there's still not a store page on Steam for you to get it. If the thing about Imperium and Punic War, they were only in Spanish release, so that's the biggest problem. Well, specifically in the Imperium 3 Great Battles of Rome was in Spanish only. And sadly, you know, if you don't know Spanish, it was very this series is massively popular in that region, but also, in all honesty, in Russia, Serbia, and all that, my country. So again, anyone who actually played Celtic Kings at least knows about Celtic Kings 2 or Imperium 3 Great Battles of Rome. So let's move on with our new unit, the ever so amazing Warrior. Has a basic shield, has a 6 to 16 damage, and now you have also here the defense perimeters, which I think I'm going to be talking about very soon. But let's move on, and slowly but surely I'm going to open myself up to the entirety of this thing. But maybe it's not that the druid here will be talking about that specific thing, but as the time moves on. Hassa, welcome back, Warrior. Let me explain the interface. The top part on the screen contains information about the selected warrior. There is an icon and a name, which of course we can see, the icon and the name. Under the name lies a health bar, which of course we can see, 250 health points. To the right are the warrior's stats, level, damage, defense, and food. So basically again, the level, every unit levels up. Everyone. Of course, the damage, you get the classical minimum to the maximum damage, and the slashing and piercing damage are 2 damage types you have in this game. Defense against slashing, the first number is, and defense against piercing damage, if I'm not mistaken, usually. So slashing and piercing. So basically he does have a shield. The arrows are not gonna do that much damage, but the slashing, because he has so much armor on his body, is basically show that he will be easily slashed by any possible weapons of choice. Yes, tell me more. Very well, Hassa says. Now look at the bottom part of the screen. There are buttons for different orders that you can give. When you roll over a button with the mouse, you see its description in the lower left corner of the view. Some commands, like training, are not available, thus grayed out. As you can see here, we have the move, and we of course see the attached hotkeys. Move attack, classical moveset. Capture, we actually have capturing the buildings. We have exploration, to give a unit to explore it by itself. We have the training ability, specifically to the Gauls, not the Romans, and we'll be talking about later down the line. A patrol, classical patrol, we have of course building a catapult. Builds a mobile long-range catapult for sieging cities. And of course stand ground, which is actually gives you bonuses depending on what formation you are in with your units. Your next task is to train to a higher level. Follow the stony road to the valley north of here. Once you get in front of the face of the god, give the training command to Mraxis and yourself. I'll leave Mraxis at your disposal. Hello, Larax, says Mraxis. Training is like a real fight, but don't worry, I know when to stop. And he's actually a spearman, if of course you noticed. Huzzah! Go now and come back when you have finished training. Let's select both of them and move on. Now you have Mraxis. He's level 6, 14 to 28 piercing damage, 6 to 16 attacking, classical damage, but again, Larax is level 1. When it comes to Mraxis, 6 against slashing and 26 against piercing. Comparing these two is a massive thing. As you can see, the difference is staggeringly big. Let's get towards the god and see the level up of Larax. We can just click on one unit and just say train. Or maybe not. We have to select all of the units and then select train. My bad. And slowly they're gonna damage each other. But slowly also he will level up, as you can see. Level 2, food has gone down quite a bit, but we gained a level at least, if nothing else. Ugh. Thanks for the training, you're a good partner, says Mraxis. I am leaving you now. See you later. Mraxis, you gained more levels than I did. I gained only 1. Get back to Hassa. And there you go, we are level 2. More points, 5 points more. Now if you press F1, you can get the actual help about every single thing you really need. From the World of War, maps, resources, capturing, feeding heroes, unit stats, special unit abilities, notes and objectives, and of course specifically lists of units, buildings and items from both factions, nations, whatever. Let's get to Hassa. Again, the animations are beautiful, the graphics are just mind-blowingly stylistic. I love it. I love it. And it's unique. And that's above all, it's unique game in itself. Hassa, I see that you are tired and wooden from the training. Stay here for a while and I will heal your wounds. Now, he is a druid class, and druids can actually heal your units. Not every nation has its own healer. They are different. Iberians have the Conjurer, for instance, a female, something of a druid class thing. Everybody actually basically has all the same units, type of units that is. Spearmen, swordsmen, all that kind of a thing. Some a little bit different and all that, but still, that's kind of a same composition. But basically, they are all differently played and have, with the games as they go, they have special abilities to each unit. Not usable, but passive abilities. That you will actually see in this screen here. Not in Celtic Kings 1, but in Celtic Kings 2 and 3. In third one, they even more expanded the hero system, which we'll be seeing shortly. But in a hero system where you actually have active abilities, which waste additional to the fatigue of units. So again, awesome stuff all around. I can't wait for Imperium 3 Great Battles of Rome. Hasser, now that your health is fully restored, I want you to bring some food from Outpost Beretia. Our supplies are running short. Outpost Beretia is located southwest of here. It has a significant amount of food. In fact, all villages, outposts, and strongholds have a storage space for food. All warriors need food in order to be healthy. If left without food for long, their health begins to decrease. When provided with food, their health increases again. The warriors can feed from any nearby food source, a pack mule with food, an outpost, village or stronghold. The pack mules are used to transport resources around. Every mule can carry up to 1000 food or gold. You can order an outpost to load the mule with food or gold if it has enough resources. And of course this is something I will be explaining a little bit more. So create a mule with food in outpost Beresi and bring it to Hasa. Food is a detrimental thing in actually the most important thing. The ultimate thing in this game. Gold for buying units, food for actually keeping these units alive. There is no limit to the amount of units you can have. It's all dependent on the food you can have. That is the important thing. Everybody needs to be fed. Not the civilians are automated, but specifically the soldiers you have. They have to be fed constantly. So losing food will lose the health points. At this point we will not seeing that, but generally you would see a big bowl of, well, big bowl, empty bowl, and complaining it has no food with a dead fish inside. Well, basically a skeleton. And that just tells you we need food. And you do need to go to certain villages, or specifically from your main town, and build a pack mule. And here we have certain things. We can sell food because this is outpost, a wooden outpost. It can actually slowly exchange stored food for gold. So we can say that and we slowly expand the gold. They're selling slowly, but we are gaining the gold and all that. So from what we can do here is we contribute also certain resources to another location. Let's basically say all these resources are going to this certain point. Be it basically usually goes to the main village, your main stronghold, town hall that is. Now we can create a mule of 1000 food, and that's exactly what we shall be doing. We shall create the mule of 1000. We'll follow the tutorial. We can actually make all these things, or more mules for 1000, 9 more mules that is. But at the moment we'll follow the tutorial as is, and follow we shall. We have 1000 food, and 1000 food we shall just open the map and send it where we approximately are. Right there, excellent. And again, the space bar helps quite a bit. Again, that way of doing things, of just a space bar and see the entire world, is beautiful and the most useful thing in the game. And remember, there are many games down the line that they utilize this system, where you can open a big map and basically utilize like Supreme Commander and all that, where you can look from a big map and you can tell your units where to go when you zoom out, zoom in and all that stuff. This was way beyond that, way before that, that is. Pavonius, in the name of Rome, stop and identify yourself. And this is actually a Praetorian unit, the best regular unit in the game, with some archers. Oh yes, sorry, there is additional, there are 2 factions of Rome inside Imperium 3, that is. The Imperial Rome and Republic Rome. So there is that. I am carrying food for our camp. What are you doing in our lands? Pavonius, I am asking questions here. How many Gaul warriors are around? I'm a simple man, or a mule. Don't know anything. You are free to go. Get out of my sight. Archers, in the name of Rome, capture the outpost. And so the archers move in. Now, the outposts can be attacked by making a making the big siege engine, or utilizing the archers themselves to burn down the outpost. Usually this will damage the units inside, if there are any, and the outpost would open fire if there are actually any units there. It can easily be captured with the loyalty system. This is loyalty. If the loyalty drops to 0, it's GG, and that way you can also capture building, well, specifically villages and outposts. You don't have to do this, but the defenders will come out to defend. If there are any. If there are none, just click on the outpost and capture it. You don't need to do what they did. Larax, Hassa, a group of Romans captured the outpost. Why didn't you do anything? Calm down, warrior, says Hassa. We have the food we needed, and there is an interesting task for you. Take that outpost back. Larax, you want me to face the famous legions of Rome alone? If need be, I will face them all and die in a glorious battle. Sir, I wish I had that spirit of yours. There are 10 axemen awaiting your orders on the road to the outpost. And they will chop the outpost to pieces with their axes, says Larax. It is archers we need. Don't be sarcastic with me, warrior. Use the axemen to build a catapult near the outpost, and use it to kill all Romans inside. Then capture the outpost back. You can build a catapult by selecting some warriors and using the build catapult command, says Hussar. It is the best operated by 10 warriors. It works with less, but it is not as effective. You can capture the outpost by right-clicking on it with your axemen selected. They will surround it and start to shout and cheer. You can see how the outpost loyalty decreases until it reaches 0 and you become the new owner of that outpost. Okay, ready to start. Take our outpost back. Of course, we do have the mule. The mule will attach to Larax, which you can see the little star-shaped thing, and that means that specific action is available for that selected unit. He will stay with Larax. If we move Larax left and right like this, the mule will go. Larax will stay here, as this is the only job for the axeman. And again, a unit, Gallic unit. 8 to 40 slashing damage on level 1, 26 slashing defense, and 4 piercing defense. Again, no shield, so the archers can easily kill them off. All units start with basic food. After that, they start wasting the food as the time goes by. You want to have a mule or two to feed them down. So we'll get close enough to the beautiful outpost captured by the Romans, Pavonius and his legions, and we'll make a catapult, a long-range thing. Now, in this game, you do not actually see the out circle of the catapult. In Celtic Kings 2, you can see the circle, which the distance of usability for this catapult. Because here you cannot. You can basically, do I get close enough to the enemy as we charge in, or we get enough far away and hope that it will actually damage and attack the outpost. So I'll make it here near the tree stump, like this, and the enemy is opening fire with their arrows. They cannot open fire on the catapults, but they can open fire on the units moving inside the catapult and making it so. And there it goes. So basically 10 axemen attacking an outpost, full with 10 archers and 1 Praetorian. You can see how slowly the beautiful health points are going down. And you can also see the archers being wiped out by a massive amount of catapults. Well, that is stones. And 1 catapult. You can make many, if you will, if you have enough time to do so. We are gonna be playing, if I truly do this proper, and I play through the entirety of the adventure of the Gallic hero Larax. We'll dismantle this. There will be only 1 maybe catapult that I might make, or 2 at most, to do my bidding, that is. But anywho, we have done our damage upon the enemy outpost Beretia. Let's get close to it. And you again see the ability to do something with it. So we'll right click on it and our units will shout. And loyalty is going down. As you can see, no matter how many you really have, basically it's in tens. 10, 10, 10, 10, and that's it. Or it's 10, 9, there you go. Basically, if you have a lower amount of troops, harder to capture the outpost. Takes longer, that is. You have the right amount, specifically 10 soldiers are enough to capture an outpost undefended by the enemy inside. Hester, excellent job. You did very well so far, warrior Larax. Now order all axemen to enter the outpost by selecting them and right-clicking on it. And we shall do so. get inside. Inside, the outpost Beretia will be healed over time if there are units inside. You can select an outpost and look at the upper interface strip to see what units are inside. Click on the outpost to select it. Okay, Hasser, I shall. We can see the damage, the food again, the loyalty, no gold, and of course our men inside. You see that the X-Men are displayed with their icon and their number below the icon. To select a group of units within the outpost, click on their icon. You can give them any command you want and they will exit the outpost to perform it. Now get all the X-Men outside. We'll select the X-Men and just get them outside. At the moment they're okay on food. They're actually still amazingly well on food, but understandably so, because there was food inside the outpost. That means they've gathered enough food to not care about anything, and if they're close enough to the outpost with food, they will be gaining food automatically nonetheless. Very well. You know a lot about being a warrior, says Hasser. Do you know why Kelthel, the man who brought you here, rides a white horse? Larax, because he likes white horses? Hasser, because only the heroes ride white horses. Larax, what is it to be a hero? Hasser, heroes are powerful warriors, but it is their leadership that makes them special. Heroes let other warriors benefit from their skill. A warrior that is attached to a hero receives part of the hero's experience and becomes stronger. To attach a warrior to a hero, select the warrior and right-click on the hero. The attached warriors have yellow selection circles that also appear when hero is selected. The warriors attached to a hero cannot be ordered directly. You give orders to the hero and he commands his warriors. If you command an attached warrior directly, he detaches from the hero and loses the experience bonus. I believe I am ready. Under the light of the summer sun, I, the druid Hasse, proclaim the warrior Larax a hero equal to all other heroes of Gaul, says Hasse. Larax, I thank you for the honor, Hasse. There are some more Romans southwest of the outpost. Attach these brave horsemen to yourself and attack the Romans. You can use the X-Men that fought at the outpost as well. And here comes the most pivotal thing about Celtic Kings Rage of War and its sequels, heroes. We have a Larax, level 2 hero. Of course, Hassa shall attach them. Let's attach them before he gets angry about this. And we'll again attach the mule towards. Excellent. So heroes are the most important things. You can see the attachment of certain units towards them. You can have maximum 50 units attached per hero. That way you get formations. You have a line formation, block formation, and horse wing formation. Each of these formations give you bonuses. Hefty bonuses, but bonuses specifically also when you're in the stand ground. Keeps army in battle formation and applies bonus. And these bonuses cannot be seen in this view, but you have to go onto the F1 and find special unit abilities and bonuses and all that stuff. Of course, you can see also that there are these special unit abilities which we cannot see. Now, as I said in previous, there are ones that are added, new ones with the Punic Wars and the Celtic Kings 3, that is the IMPERIVM Battle for Rome. But as you can see here, defensive stand and attack skill, you cannot see them on the interface of these units, as they should be here. They are not seen in Celtic Kings 1, but they do have these abilities, which again is one of the things that are a little bit awkward, because you would think, well, that's yes, there's a bunch of horsemen, but you don't. These horsemen, I think, have a charge. Increases the unit's attack 6 times if it has an attack for 10 seconds. The horsemen for Gallic horsemen. So there is that. But we cannot see the specific, at least I don't know how to see it, if there is a way of actually showing on the interface. So there is that. So again, the units, if you place the units, you can actually see the swordsman. A special, none. But if I have, like, instead of me seeing that on the screen when I select the unit, I don't see that. Let's see if we go a little bit like this. Let's go on to the horseman, right? He has a special charge. And we press on charge, it goes where it exactly increases again units attack 6 times if it hasn't attacked for 10 seconds. But this is the thing, this is a problem because you have to go through the this help interface instead of seeing it directly on the upper interface. It's kind of a problematic, right? And of course, thankfully, IMPERIVM 3 that is actually coming on Steam and hopefully on GOG fixed all that by actually having a proper function of this right screen. When you press on a horseman, you will have exactly what it has, and when you go over it, you will actually have the explanation of what that specific ability does. Amazing stuff. Nonetheless, as I previously said, this is not the point of me seeing these things. The point is to see the actual formations. Now, if I can actually find heroes, here it is, on the hero screen. There are 3 types of formation the heroes could position their troops in. A line. All units form 1 line or more in front of the hero. When you press a stand ground, we get +6 attack rating and +50% piercing defense. This is firing defense. Let's say piercing defense on line formation. When we go on stand ground in block, we get +100% slashing and piercing defense. I'm guessing maybe that's a piercing or defense on the line or pairing defense. I have no idea. Horsewing, all cavalry units play themselves to the flanks of the army. Stand ground bonus +4 attack rating and +50% pairing defense. There you go. In general, the stand ground bonuses, while they're great, I tend never to utilize them. But they're amazing because this entire game, while it says on the box, is about formation, utilizing the in a proper way, utilizing the terrain advantage and all that stuff. It is great, and it is, I mean, I've seen some videos on YouTube on multiplayer stuff where they really do all that, but sometimes you just don't feel them. But I don't say it's a bad thing, but it is a bad thing, but maybe not a bad thing. All in all, it's amazing. There are those things, sadly not truly fleshed out, I would say, in Celtic Kings 1, but in Celtic Kings 3, of course, they're fully fleshed out. That's the point of Celtic Kings 3, that is, of the IMPERIVM 3 Great Battles of Rome that is coming on Steam and GOG, hopefully. But anyway, that's what it gives. If we go, yeah, usually go into the line formation, and stand ground again, +6 attack rating. So there is that. Which is, again, getting in a block formation, getting +100% slashing and piercing defense is really not a bad thing. But at the moment we have the horsemen. Let's get these horsemen into a, let's see, that is the horse formation. Yeah, this is the horse formation. Let's go on to the horse formation and go from there. Have that to the sides of the Larax, and we have also the mule that is following us. As long as it follows us, we will have that food, of course, attached to us. The enemy we cannot capture these mules that I know of. Maybe we couldn't actually capture the mules. I never did try to capture enemy mules, but in general, the mules are there for your food, and you will definitely need that food. Let's get these beautiful axemen. This is where we're going to be ending the video, the first part of the tutorial for Great Larax. And we can see some beautiful Hestates have been heavily damaged immediately here, but probably not enough of food. And they're slowly being damaged completely because of no food. Easy kill, so to speak. Easy kill. And now we have 18 units on the Larax command. Excellent. And we go into block formation. Remember, that's 100% of slashing and pierce resistance. We say stand ground, and they should have enough of defense to screw up these guys. This one is gonna die. Oh no, he died. Let's move attack now because they are archers and they're pretty much dead. Thank you very much. They held nicely the horsemen against Hastati. Hastati have a good defense against slashing. Actually have amazing slashing defense. I have little more to teach you, Larax, but Keltel can tell you a lot about running a stronghold. Find him at the northeast gate of Baratia. And that's it, my dear friends. I wish you the very best. Next time, talking about recruiting units, making a big army, and finish off this tutorial level, which is actually a beautiful level. Honestly, beautifully done tutorial, because it really gives you ability to do whatever you want. It really teaches you quite a bit. And again, as I said, there are a few interface things that I will wish the Celtic Kings has compared, you know, to the Celtic Kings 3 or even 2, where you can actually see the ability of the specific units when you click on them. Also, if you tilde the key, like in Cossacks, you can actually see the health points of these units, so you can micro them slowly but surely. Anywho, I wish you the very best. Next time, more love, more drugs, and ever so amazing Celtic Kings Rage of War, Larax's campaign.